Good afternoon, my renegades. Welcome back to Rogue Radio. I'm here with Alicia. Is that the name you want to go by, Alicia?
Yeah.
On
I
here.
call me loosely teased. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
And you know me, I'm Sarah Jane, and we're on another Let's Talk. So apparently, what's been going down in Mississippi is pretty appalling. We just found out, and we just decided to make an episode of it, so...
Yes. This is interesting reading this.
So, basically what has happened, segregation is now a thing again in Mississippi. In Mississippi. Which basically takes the rights of, black people to vote. Yeah.
Oh, this is so interesting.
That's so weird. Like,
I mean, I'm not surprised though, because we know that Mississippi was like one of the most racist.
well, yeah, usually the
I mean,
South
this is
is
where
racist, no offense, but
Hey,
I mean, like...
I love Georgia, but then the history of Georgia be shocking too. I'm like, oh my god. But Mississippi, I'm not gonna lie. There's two states that I feel like I would never mess with, and it's literally Mississippi and Alabama. Like I won't. I just won't. I'll avoid it at all costs.
Right.
I know some people say that they're from there, but I'm like, Selma, Alabama is really crazy. Like the racism is beyond me there.
Awful.
Like they literally have one street where like my friend lives at, and it's like one side is like completely white people and the other side is completely black, and I'm like, I didn't think that was still a thing. Like I really didn't. It's kind of shocking that they still allow certain stuff.
Yeah.
So this supposed law, the reason why they're calling it Jim Crow is because it's like if you have, what is it, like 10 certain crimes as a felony that you won't be allowed to vote. It originally, when it happened in like 1865, it only was down to 3 felonies. Like if you had something like burglary or something like that you were allowed to vote. Well, sorry, that you weren't allowed to vote. But now they moved it up to 10 reasons why you're not allowed to vote. And the fact that it is 85% black people that is in Mississippi, but there is not really a lot of, from what I read, there's not really a lot of blacks that are involved in politics. That is the reason why they're calling it racism, because they are not going to be allowed to have a say, because they're not in upper
the political
positions.
system.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not gonna have a way to vote if they're not involved. You know what I'm saying?
And this is nuts.
So this is crazy. So basically, they just gotta go with whatever is said.
So you talk about white privilege. This is basically what that is. Like, this is white privilege, like, elite.
Exactly. It's because it says, earlier this month, white representatives in the Mississippi House approved a bill to create a new district that includes all of the majority white neighborhoods in Jackson, a capital city that is 83% black. It includes a criminal justice system for the district overseen by an all-white power base.
Oh,
so
God.
There is no blacks that are going to be deciding on if a person is going to get life for selling something like weed, or just 5 or 20 years. So I can definitely see
and you were
why
talking,
they're pissed.
Yeah, and you were talking also about, like, if there was, like, a white and black crime.
Yeah.
So,
like
if a white person was caught doing something, they would probably just get slapped on the wrist.
Exactly. They will get less years.
Yeah. But if an African American...
See,
now this is blatant racism.
God.
Everybody's, like, whining and crying about, like, everybody being privileged and, you know, racist. This is racist.
This is, because I'm like, that's not gonna be fair. This is not gonna be fair at all.
And I understand why a lot of them African American people want to be in office because of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
if you're more involved, like I feel like no matter where we go, like this is like a reason why a lot of us get involved in certain things like this. Like a lot of Okay, so a lot of blacks, from my standard, they hate police. You know what I'm saying? They just absolutely hate either that or they're terrified. It's either a hatred for them or they're terrified of them. Which is why a lot of blacks will also try to go into being in the police force. Because at least it gives us a sense of safety. Okay, for example, coming from a black person, right? If I were to see a cop car and I know, okay, like as a black man, which I'm not a black man, but from a black man's perspective, I know a lot of them freak out if they see a police officer even in the back of them and is about to pull them over because they just don't know like what's gonna happen. Like, and I get it, like
they get shot whenever they just reach into their back pocket for
like, and what's crazy, okay, so I mean, like, I could go on for days about that, but like just on for days, because there's some people who will literally say, well, if you're compliant, that still doesn't stop it. Trust me, it doesn't. I mean, I even gotten into this police altercation where literally I was with my children's dad, and literally we were in the car, we had gotten pulled over, my license plate and everything is fine, nothing, like I put my sticker on, everything was good. He pulled us over, and I mean immediately, like his hand is already on the gun, he starts screaming, like just coming over screaming at Ron, like, and I'm totally confused because in my mind I'm now angry, which I'm like, but at the same time, I can't be angry because Lord knows, like, as a black person, they're going to look at us like we're violent. So I'm like, okay, should I remain calm? But at the same time, it's also not fair that you approach us with your hand on your gun like you're already about to shoot and you haven't even approached our car yet. You know? So it was crazy to me because, like, my first instinct, like, of course, I was thinking in my head before I ended up spilling out. I was like, why are you yelling? Like, why are you just randomly coming over and yelling? All you have to do is say, hey, you know, my name is such and such. I'm pulling you over for this. Can you get your license registration out? Well, we already had everything out prior to him pulling us over. When we seen that he pulled us over, I immediately got the stuff out because Lord knows I don't want to get shot for reaching in my glove compartment. So, had my kids and stuff in the back seat. And I mean, everything's fine. He had pulled us over for literally my freaking window in the front being cracked. Which,
the smallest thing?
That's not even like a felony or anything. Like, nothing. You can't even, you're not allowed to do anything with that. Well, literally, like, right after I had asked him that,
I feel like a lot of police officers do that because they're fucking bored.
Yeah, like that. But it's like, why you randomly just pull somebody over and just start stuff? Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's understandable with, like, expired tags and stuff. So anyway, like, after I said, you know, like, why are you just randomly yelling and stuff, he had told Ron to get out the car. And I'm like, well, why are you telling him to get out the car? Like, you know, I'm pissed at this reasoning because I'm like, what is, like, I've never dealt with that. And he had told Ron to literally lie down so he can handcuff him. And I'm like, but why? Like, one, he's not even gonna go to jail. Like, there's no reason to, like, just publicly, like, humiliate him. Like, for what reason? Like, you're acting like he's doing something wrong. I just don't understand it. So, I don't know. Like, just situations like that could easily go south. But compared to some other officers, like, I've had good ones that pulled me over where, like, shit, I was speeding. I was going 90 miles per hour because, you know, I don't be paying attention. Put me over and literally, I mean, like, no hand on the gun, just calmly talk. So I'm like, you can do a lot of things and still get shot. Whether you put your hands up on the wheel, still get shot. There was literally the one guy that, I think his name is Eric Garner or whatever, but he had literally put his hand on the wheel, tried to reach for his registration, got shot. So I mean, like, what do you do? Like, compliancy or no compliancy. Yeah. You just never know.
And I think, yeah, you're right when it comes to, I guess it just depends on a certain cop. Like, if they have a fucking ego.
It depends on their intentions.
Yeah, and their intentions.
It depends on their intentions and their character. The thing I don't like about it is the fact of, I mean, just the all white. You know, I feel like it won't be fair because who's to say, like, you know, like, just, I mean, it's obviously that it's history that, you know, every time the black people are getting longer sentences than white people. Like, it's just blatantly obvious. Like, so, coming from a state that has the most notorious lynchings ever, and you want to be completely over all blacks' lives with no black person at all involved, is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because y'all are notorious for lynching. Like, notoriously known. You have the most brutal lynchings ever documented. Mm-hmm. And the most. So I'm like, what? It's wild. It's wild to me.
Right.
But, supposedly from Jackson Mayer himself,
he
said it's oppressive because it strips the right of black folks to vote. After the bill finally got cleared with the House, he said it's oppressive because it puts a military force over people that has no accountability to them, and it's oppressive because there will be judges who will determine sentences over people's lives. It's oppressive because it redirects their tax dollars to believe. It's oppressive because it redirects their tax dollars to something they don't endorse nor believe in. Mm-hmm. So this is just crazy.
It does sound like the system's more racist than people.
Yeah.
More likely.
Most definitely. But the system was, like, just founded in racism.
Always. It's always been that way.
Like, just founded in it. Which is very hard to, like, I don't know, like, break something of, like, generations and generations. Because, I mean, we see how long this has lasted, so.
Mm-hmm. I still find it unbelievable that this is starting to happen again. Like, I've talked about certain things, not like this, but I guess I started seeing stuff like this when we got the gender neutral bathrooms.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and that was okay. So that one's even crazy to me. Because I remember like they had passed something of
How is that not segregation though?
What do they call that? Damn it.
Transgender?
Kind of.
Identity.
Like, they
Gender
had
identity.
said if you identify as a male, right, you're allowed to go into a male bathroom. If you identify as a female, you're allowed to go in a female bathroom. That, I never understood that even when they passed that. Like, that was wild to me. So I'm like, first of all, you could have any man go into a woman's bathroom and say
that
it's
they
okay,
are.
like,
yeah.
I identify as a woman and rape someone. Like, yep. I just don't. Same thing with a female. Like, you know, I'm not even saying, like, females can go in and, like, groom and rape little boys just saying that they're literally identifying as a male. Like,
exactly.
Y'all need to not.
Yeah, there's other subgenres of people saying that they're trans age, meaning that they believe that, like, a 40-year-old man can identify as a little 5-year-old girl and play with girls. No, that's pedophile.
No, it is.
I'm
sorry, there's certain things
another one that I found out was trans wolf, or, like...
What is that?
It's where they identify as a dog. And they fuck dogs.
Just say that you like fucking dogs. Just say that you like
back in the day, the term would be otherkin, which just means that you identify as something other than a gender.
Okay, I never heard
than
of that.
A species. Like,
isn't that the same thing as pansexual though?
Pansexual? No, pansexual, they're attracted to any type of sexuality.
Wow, I used to think that it was like they're just attracted to anything, like pants, like they could just fucking pan. That's what I was confused. I'm like, I'm like, how would that go? Like,
right.
But no, like, I don't know. That's just something that I definitely disagree with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like if you identify as something, okay, use a family bathroom. But, like, male and female, please just stay in your identified area, or just I don't know, like, just go into a family bathroom. That stuff is gender neutral. They don't care who goes into a family bathroom. Just go into that one.
Right.
But don't.
Like, I don't understand why.
I would feel mad uncomfortable. I could not send my daughter into a bathroom by herself and be comfortable with me seeing a man walk past me and saying like, it's okay, I identify as a woman. I would flip out. I would flip out. I'm sorry. Just like I don't. Too. There's so many things that's going on that's weird in this world. Like I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am all for whoever you love is whoever you love. It ain't none of my business. I mean, look, like.
But I mean, the toilet that actually fucking matters is the one in your home. Like, there's no gender on that one. Just go ahead and piss in that one.
Exactly. I just felt like there's just so much stuff. Like, it's not working out. Y'all trying to genderfy everything. Like, I can't get over
and
the
they're
Hershey
also
thing.
I don't know.
The Hershey thing.
The Hershey
to me. I'm confused.
Oh
it's
no,
already named Hershey.
We both learned about that today. I guess they genderfied the Hershey's chocolate bar with a transgender woman.
It's already a Hershey.
It's already
Hershey.
Yeah,
leave it alone.
Hershey gender.
Like it's already
just like that's not what they were trying to do. It's called Hershey.
But I just don't understand. What are you trying to genderfy? It's not like you look at chocolate and just be like, "Damn, baby, like you thick." Like I mean, it's chocolate. You're melting it. It's melting in your mouth. I just don't understand. It don't even have a shape to it.
It
but
don't
a rectangle.
need a goddamn gender.
It's just a rectangle.
It is a rectangle of chocolate. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So
sugar, cocoa beans, and whatever the fuck else they put in there.
I just don't get it. There's so much
I don't get it at all.
Like even the pedophilia thing, I don't get that either. Like, so not only are they trying to say, since we're okaying black and white relationship, then you got you got the AIDS don't matter relationship.
The AIDS don't matter.
The ages.
Oh, ages. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so like I felt like while we're okaying, like it's okay for a girl to be with a girl, it's okay for a guy to be with a girl, it's okay for a guy to be with a guy. You know, all this other stuff. The pedophilia nation is like, okay, well since everybody's saying it's okay for this, and it's okay for this, and LGBT, and it's okay for racial, you know, like it's okay for racial, and it's okay for transgender to be transgenders and all this other stuff. It's okay for like a 48-year-old man to be with a 5-year-old girl. No, and everybody's like, wait a minute,
I will castrate you with a light bulb. A broken light bulb.
Like, it's funny, like, we're all over here arguing with each other with, like, the LGBT and the straight people and all this other stuff. And then when the pedophilia say that, everybody turns, like, what did you just say? What?
What did you say? But the thing is,
so that's how
is
you
now,
know, like, it's just
is
crazy.
now, the
like,
thing is now, sorry,
go ahead.
Is that the people in the LGBTQ, they don't approve of pedophilia, but they will include kids into the LGBTQ in gay parades where they celebrate kink and have ball gags and BDSM garb all over them and teach them like, oh, honey, this is just how people feel happy. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Why are you teaching kids what BDSM is?
I don't understand why it seems like nowadays that they are grooming personally little children.
Exactly, especially in the school system. I don't get.
Because I'm like, exactly. The school system is number one because I'm like, damn, I didn't learn about puberty till I was in like, what, 6th grade? And I mean, yeah, there were some people that started in like 4th grade, 5th grade with puberty. Shoot, I mean, like, I didn't learn about puberty till 6th grade. And then now they're trying to move it down. They're trying to move it down
6th or 7th
to like,
for me.
6 or 7? Mine's just 6. Like, I remember strictly the moment that we got in the junior high, they were like, hey, we're going to start
5th.
puberty level.
We were talking about sex education or, like, how to be familiar with your own body sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, anatomy sort of thing. Like, what makes
That's what
boys and girls different.
And then we laughed at the word penis, of course.
Yeah, of course. Vagina, sex.
Yeah.
Like, all no-no words.
I don't know. What's that?
What type of sex? Anal.
Bro, and we would literally just say it wrong just so the teacher would correct us. Like, we just thought that shit was funny.
My god, no. But I remember back in, I want to say it had to be 6th grade. We were fresh out of elementary school into junior high. So we had health class.
Okay.
And we had our gym teacher
Mm-hmm.
bring in somebody who was like a health expert, like a sex disease expert.
Yeah.
And she asks, what kind of sex do you guys know about? That was the one. Like, what are the different types of sex that you guys know? And
okay, that's funny.
one of the class clowns goes up and says, anal.
Oh!
Everybody starts
As a
laughing.
7th grader?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
As a 7th grader.
Okay.
And I'm just like, yo. Okay. But that was like, yeah, you're right. It was really funny.
I got
talking
stories
about
for days. Like, I love it. Because, look, see, this is how you know my ADHD brain is just everywhere. It's like thinking of 20 different conversations at once. But man, okay, so like, when I first found out about the sex ed class, I really thought that they were lying. I thought they were lying to us. And I'm like, there's no way that a penis looks like that. I was like, this is a lie. I thought that what they were saying was a lie. I thought all of that was lies. I'm like, it looks weird. And then so I don't know. And then like so like I had this kid when we were sitting at the table or whatever, he was describing how like his mom and his dad like had sex, and I was like, that sounds weird, because he's like, yeah, like her lives were in there, and like my dad was groaning, and I'm like, I remember we're like 6th graders, and I'm thinking, I'm like, what was your dad doing? And I'm like, that's weird, because like when my mom is doing that, like my mom always tells me that it's like she's getting her back rubbed too hard. So I'm thinking that he's just hurting her. He's rubbing her back too hard.
Funny.
So I'm sitting over here like I'm like banging on the door like, Mom, open up that door.
Man, my mom taught me about sex one-on-one, and she taught me.
No, mine didn't.
Oh yeah,
mine did not.
She taught me what sex was when I was 7.
Oh my god.
She had like a booklet, and she goes, yeah, it's called sex. And I guess I just laughed through the whole thing. I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so
I did
from then on, like if I ever like caught my parents having sex, I would just be like, what are you guys doing? They'd be straight up with me, like, we were having sex, Sarah.
What? Oh no, see, I didn't get
why
that.
the fuck did you walk in?
You interrupted the moment, damn it.
I interrupted the moment, man.
No, like when so I remember specifically this day I was playing my Spyro game, and I heard it, but like I'm like, oh, he's probably just rubbing her back too hard. But then when she started yelling, I was just like, you know, like banging on the door, like open up, and I'm like in tears. I'm like in tears because I'm like, stop rubbing her back too hard. Bro, I promise you. And what was crazy about it, like, bro, I didn't even know what a penis looked like until I was really 14. That was the first time that I actually saw one.
Man, I don't remember.
I promise. Like, I thought it was a lie. I'm like, oh,
you
it's
know,
plastic,
I come
it's
from
fake.
a fucked up family, right?
Yeah.
Man, I think my first penis was like... See, my first penis was like a family member's on accident.
Okay, it's a funny story, right? So I was 17, and of course I was still a virgin because I never lost my virginity for a while. Like I literally was out of high school and when I lost my virginity.
Yeah.
So I was 17 or whatever, and like my mom, like one of these days, like I randomly got fucking home. My mom comes in with like this pink bag or whatever, and I'm like, what is this? I pull out, it's a dildo. So she goes. She's like, I can't fucking say this story without laughing. So she looks me dead in the eye. And like, I mean, like
how
I said,
big was it?
It was like this. It was like, oh my god. It was literally like both of my hands like this.
Okay, so
Literally,
extra.
Double
like, XL.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. Is that what they call it? BBL or whatever?
I don't know.
Whatever it's on.
That was
BBD, I think.
I don't know, but I just
but
referenced an old country song because it says like, "Ooh, boom, mama, you a double XL." I'm just like, oh, okay, so it's just double XL.
So it was like both of my hands.
Abnormally large dick.
Like for what reason though? Like, so yeah, like it was both of my hands. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, what is this for? And she's like, you know, because you're 17 now, and I know you're still a virgin, you know, because obviously I had sisters and stuff. It's like, I know you're still a virgin, but she's like, there's only going to be so long that you're going to be able to withstand and hold the demons off. And I'm like, what the fuck?
She gave you the dildo, didn't she?
She gave me the dildo because he brought it from Cirilla's. See, I got it because he wanted me to save myself from the urges and fight off the demons. So I wouldn't sleep with somebody.
See, like my parents, if they, man, I know.
I'm not even gonna
see,
have
my
sex,
podcast friends, some of them are men, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck, Sarah?" When I say this. Listen, everybody masturbates. Let's just get that shit out of the
100%.
way.
100%. Listen, that's the reason why I saved myself from so long, because of masturbation. Because one, I always felt like, I don't know, like sex is like, I don't know, like it's such a spiritual thing that I'm not gonna just do it with whoever. My hand will do that. My hand will do that. I'm sorry.
Masturbation in my house, in my parents' house, was an absolute damn sin.
Oh, that was mine. That's why I literally was content with going to hell.
Like
I was like, I'm sorry.
If my mom caught me, and she has maybe 3 times in my life, she's like,
yeah.
That's a sin. It's lust. All right? It's a sin. You shouldn't be doing that. You need to pray to God, get down on your knees, and pray that he can save you from whatever's going on. I'm just like,
bro, you know what? I would be doing that and praying to God right after, like, please. Like, I don't want to go to hell, but I'm like, I can't stop because it feels good. Like,
how do we get from... Don't fall off the bed, I swear to God.
Let me tell you this, bro.
No, but how do we get from racism to masturbation? I don't understand this.
I don't even know. Bro, do you know, when my mom caught me masturbating, I was not allowed to sleep under the blanket.
Listen, you okay with this being public, right?
100%.
Okay.
I talk about sex all the time, so it doesn't matter to me. But I was not allowed to sleep underneath the blanket anymore. Like, she literally pulled the cover underneath me. And at the time, I'm like, I'm not gonna stop midway. I'm sorry, I wasn't. So she just saw what the fuck she saw. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, shit! See, no, I had too much
respect. I'm trying to finish this.
I had too much respect for my mom. I stopped.
Hey, you chose the way that I looked at it. You chose to come in my room and pull the blankets off. That's your problem. You shouldn't have did that. You should have just let me finish and come back. Stop making me laugh. So see, I pulled the blankets off. I told me this. He's like, you can't keep doing this, Alicia, so I'm gonna take this blanket from you.
Man, you know full well your mama was doing it too.
Bro, that's why I'm like, bro, the problem is, I'm like, at least I'm not out here sleeping with people. Like, come on, man. All I got is myself. Come on, man. Don't do me like this. So I was like, all right. So anytime I would get cold, bro, I would just be curled in a ball, and I put my pillow literally over my legs. Because, like, for months, I was not allowed to have a blanket. Because he says he had to trust me again that I wasn't doing stuff underneath the blankets. And I'm like, so what was the dildo for? I don't understand. The dildo's the same damn thing. Like, this is a fucking toy instead of my hand this time.
Jesus Christ. I think we need to change the subjects. I didn't know we were going this deep. So to speak. Oh shit.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. My life was crazy. I don't know.
Oh God. Whoa.
Bro, you know, it is crazy because in Kristen Phil, they will tell you that you will go to hell for that.
I don't know if it says anything like that in the Bible.
I know, exactly. The Bible, as Christians.
I could be wrong, but I do know that, like, it says flee.
I just want to know where they got that.
From sexual immorality, like, flee from it. But, like, I understand.
You mean like lust, or you mean like
from like sexual immorality,
adultery? Like, what is that?
I don't know. I really don't. I've been a Christian for 33 years, right? And I still don't know what the fuck that means.
Me neither. Listen,
just like I understand, like sometimes when you do that for too long, goddamn fly in my house.
I don't know what that was. like, is that a bee?
No, it's a fly. How the fuck did it get in my house?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
I hate those things.
Things are annoying when it flies past your ear.
I know. Anyway. They do say, like, it is kind of a gateway to, like, porn and other things, so I understand. But I think, I don't know, it just kind of depends. Like, you have to really watch yourself, especially when it, because I feel like, I don't think masturbation is a sin. I don't think so. But it can lead to other sins, you know what I mean? Like, looking at porn is not okay. It's a form of cheating, especially if you're married.
Okay, I can see that. Most definitely, I can see that. But I don't see how it is. Because I'll tell you what, like, I didn't do things for a long time. Like, long time. And even after, like, the first guy I was with, literally, long time. Like, I never just was out here. Like, I never was. Never was. Never have. But that's the only way that I didn't. I mean, because otherwise, I've just been out here, honestly.
Right. Yeah, that, I guess it is a form of restraint.
Exactly. I mean, come on, man. Like, let's be real, man. I'm like 25 years old. Come on.
Yeah.
At least I'm restraining myself and knowing my boundaries, not to just be out here having one-night stands and
not everybody
be out here wilding.
Everybody fucking pleases themselves.
I'd be surprised.
It's not a problem. Unless you end up doing it publicly, then you need help.
Oh, that's the thing. Oh, people.
Yeah, people masturbate publicly.
I don't know. I can't do that.
They like hide behind like their backpack and they try to.
Because then you're gonna fuck around and somebody's gonna come around the corner. He's gonna make eye contact with them. It's gonna be looking so weird. Like...
Oh no! Oh
my
god, have you ever had a classmate that just weirdly masturbated in class?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, no.
We
okay,
had
maybe I did, because I remember, like, dude literally was doing something, like, we had the desk that, you know, like, it was open in the middle, because, I mean, it went from the desk that was open in the middle to just a flat desk, you know? But we had the desk that was open in the middle, and we were in, like, middle school. Dude was just going like this. I thought he was just shuffling the papers back and forth. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. Because I heard the paper crumble and all that. You know, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't believe penises were real until I was 14. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we had somebody, I know his name.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't very discreet at all. Everybody knew it. I mean, it took me a long time to catch on, but I'm just like, holy shit, this guy's actually touching himself. And the weird part is, because, like, he was the weird kid. But when he, like, graduated, he was, like, gorgeous.
It'd be like that.
Man, he looked like he looked like a dude he looked like Mr. Darcy from, like, the Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so you're talking about basically when, like, Squidward got hit by the door multiple times and dude just became gorgeous. Yeah.
I'm just like, how can a creep like that as a kid? Because, I mean, kids make fucking mistakes, so, like, it was weird. You know, the kid that masturbated ended up being a babe. Like, the fuck?
It'd be like that. I don't know, man. I feel like I was smacked as fuck, like, when I went in school. Like, I hated the way that I looked. I mean, now I'm comfortable, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm fine as fuck. But back in the day, I was like, ew, my cheeks, ew, my weight, ew, fucking everything about me, ew.
Right.
Fucking nose, not my nostrils can smell from miles away. Like, it's everything's ill.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like when you get
puberty
older,
hit me like.
Really? Yeah. I never got the acne and stuff.
Oh, I did.
I am so glad.
I
never did.
I had it all over my face. I fucking hate it. Like, I still get it sometimes, but not as much, so thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I love you. But it was real bad, to where I got into makeup really early in my life, and I would go to youth group wearing makeup, like foundation, the wrong shade, because I would borrow my mom's, and she would always wear something tanner than me. So I would look like a... it just looked weird. I was gonna say something about blackface, but that just
'cause
doesn't sound right.
I was gonna say it looks like you were one of those people that tried to get a tan and darken yourself.
Right, like it just didn't look good. It didn't look good.
Yeah.
It was like a caramel covered sugar cookie type of thing. Hello, my renegades. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download your Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's a lot of fun, so come join us.
Oh yeah, right.
Whoa!
Puberty, right. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want it to be different when I hit puberty. Because I knew all the girls would always tell their moms, like, oh my god, like, I started my period. I was like, nah, I'm gonna die with that. I'm not gonna tell my mom shit. So then, like, I knew when I actually did have mine. Because I was, like, scrubbing dishes and I felt something. And then I was like, oh, I must have started. So then I was like, man, I'm not one of these wimps out here. Like, I'm about to tell my mom shit. Bro, I went to the second day, and I already knew what it was, so I put on a pad and everything. Bro, listen, the second day hit, and I'm like, oh, jeez, I'm gonna bleed to death. I'm like, this is it. Like, why hasn't it stopped? And I was like, oh, maybe I gotta call my mom.
No.
Maybe I do. I was like, because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. So I'm like, call my mom, like, bro, I call my mom. I called my mom and said, Mom.
I can't remember my first period, to be honest.
Oh, I did. Because like, my mom will forever laugh at it, but I told her, I was like, Mom, I'm about to die. And, like, I'm in, like, full-blown tears. She's like, what are you talking about? What's going on? Like, do I need to come home right now? Do I need to leave work? Like, what's going on, Alicia? And I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I'm about to die. Like,
I'm bleeding profusely. I don't know how to make it stop.
She's like, describe it. I'm like, I can't. And so I'm
gonna have to put a disclaimer on this one, like, females only.
So then when I finally tell her, she's like, Alicia. And I was like, what? She's like, everything's gonna be okay. She's like, you're overreacting. That's just called a period. And I was like, when does it stop? When does it stop?
After a week?
It's like, yeah, you got like 5 more days. And I'm like, you're allowed to just do that? Like, I'm not gonna die from this? Like, because that's a lot. It's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you're fine.
No.
So I don't know. I remember mine. Mine was dramatic.
I feel like anemic people usually get the worst of it because they bleed a lot.
I know anemic people. I'm anemic, and like, I can tell when my iron's getting low.
Yeah. Same.
Which I always have to make sure, because I have anemia and I also have ulcers in my stomach, that I can't have ulcers when my ulcers can't be open when I end up being on my period, because it'll drop my iron, like, real low.
Are you comfortable talking about that?
Oh, my ulcers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just tell me if you're not, like, comfortable talking about something.
Nah. If I wasn't comfortable talking about stuff, I'll put it out there.
Okay. I just don't want you to think that I'm exploiting you for views.
There's a lot of shit that I have.
Oh, there's a lot of shit that I'm supposed to have, I guess. Depression, OCD, ADD, ADHD.
Oh my god, my list. Okay.
Anemia, vitamin D, B12 deficiency, like
so mine's is what?
We're all fucked up.
For real. ADHD. I have
acid reflux.
Oh yeah, acid reflux, because obviously that's how I got ulcers.
Yeah.
I have what is it? Scoliosis, kyphosis. So it's basically like my spine is like a C because it curves. That's the scoliosis part. And then I have kyphosis, which is also like the hunchback part, which is why, like, I sit forward a lot of times, but I also, like, tilt my shoulder, like, to the right or something.
So this here's your spine.
Yeah, that's my spine, because it's like a C. It literally is a C, because I have 30 degrees. I'm at moderate level.
Okay.
because I think it's like 15 is like mild, and then like 45 is severe. I'm at moderate. I'm at 30 degrees.
I had a friend that actually had surgery to get her spine straight.
I did, but I was always scared of doing it, and then I thought I was gonna die. Like, cause you know, like, do you know, like, when they actually came in and measured our backs, did that happen at your school?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So mine, they had came in, and majority of people were good, right? This lady takes this ruler to my back, and she's like, and I'm like,
oh no.
you know, like, cause I'm an anxious person, so I'm like, what? What is it? she's like, come with me for a second. I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, I'm dying. Like, that's it. Like, that's always my first instinct. It's like, I'm dying.
Oh, shit.
And they had told me that I had scoliosis and kyphosis. Normally, you have one or the other. Well, then they figured out that, I guess when I was born or whatever, like, my freaking left leg dislocated, so my left leg is like an inch longer than my right leg. Which is why I also stand, like, my right arm is always
See,
on my
I never
right
noticed this stuff about you.
Yeah.
Unless you
I'm supposed to be
me
wearing
about...
special shoes, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because it helps realign my right leg if I wear an inch thing inside my shoe.
Technically, I'm supposed to have, like, a mouthpiece when I sleep for my TMJ, but I don't. Not anymore.
And I have TMJ too. I have TMJ just because for some reason, I gotten really, really stressed out to the point where now, like, the receptors in my head supposedly just turn off when I'm asleep. So I automatically bite, and then every single time that I wake up, I taste blood in my mouth all the time.
What the fuck, Alicia?
I don't know, bro. I don't even know how I got that stress. I was just like, so I'm just like, this is just a flight or fight 24/7. Like, I don't.
You want to know how I found
demons
out?
in my sleep?
Right. You want to know how I found out that I had TMJ?
What?
I laughed too hard that my jaw locked up.
No, mine I just kind of went because
and I think that's why a lot of the time, like in high school, like I had like a lopsided smile because it was like.
I'd have been scared
I think you could probably still see it whenever I like laugh out loud. You'll probably see it go like my bottom jaw goes sideways.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
You see it?
Yes, I do. It's so funny. I fucking love it.
I hate it so much.
No, mine's just like
I want to look pretty when I fucking laugh. Damn it!
I can feel mine pop when I
look
eat.
like the Grinch with his whenever he like smiles.
Oh, I know what scene you're talking about too. No, I have that. Now this one. Okay, so I got all of that. And then I think the last thing that I pretty much got that's pretty much major is like major depressive disorder.
Yeah.
And that's just that. Like, I mean, there's really not much to say about that except for the fact that that's just what it is. Yeah. Like, had that since I was young.
You ever see the trend now where it says if your suicide attempt would have worked, how long would it have been if we lost you?
Oh, wow. Okay, so my first suicide attempt was 3rd grade. So I would have been like, what, 8 years old? My second was when I was 17. Never did it since, though.
So how many years would it have been?
I'm 25.
Since your last one.
I'm 25. That was 8 years ago? 8 years ago, right? Because that was when my dad died. Yeah. And then I found out I was pregnant. And then I was like, well, shit. Like, I guess I'm meant to stay here. And, yeah.
Yeah, mine was 6 years ago.
So you beat me by a year. Okay, alright.
2 years.
And you're how old?
33.
So that would have been
27.
27?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I was...
I don't really like calling it a suicide attempt, but technically it would be because I was inflicting harm on myself. So I was in cosmetology and we had very sharp shears, like very sharp. Like where are those? I know I have them somewhere. I still have the scissors that I used to cut myself with.
Okay.
But they were so sharp that I could just snip.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
And it was painless, but at least I was punishing myself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I still have scars to this day. Right here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
These two actually scared the shit out of me because I hit a nerve.
Oh, yeah.
I had to come
Which is why, you know what I mean? Yeah, because, okay, so...
I never did it after that. Like, I guess... No, I shouldn't say that. Because even before then, I was still, like, scratching my skin off. Okay. Which is a form of cutting.
Right, it is.
And I would scratch myself until I bled. And that's how miserable I was.
Right.
And something that I don't like talking about that much. I don't know if you can see it, but there should be like 2 scars. It could be light.
Oh. Is it up here?
Probably. It's somewhere over there. They probably disappeared now. But...
I mean, you are white. It's a little bit hard to tell sometimes.
Right.
Oh, nope. Okay, I see. Right here and right here?
Yep.
Okay. I see a little bit. Yep.
I did that with my nails.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never cut myself. I kind of just figured, like, if I was gonna go, I was really gonna go out. Okay, so when I was in 3rd grade, I had taken a bunch of pills, so that's the way that I went right there. But it's out. Okay, so 3rd grade is kind of what started all that abuse shit.
Yeah, you don't have to get into that.
And that's really why I did that.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like, I don't know, when I was in 3rd grade, I became the pee girl. The one that peed herself from not, what is it? I had told the freaking jerkins of a gym teacher I had to use the bathroom, and he told me to go sit back on my number because he didn't believe that I really had to use the bathroom. And then I ended up peeing everywhere, and I'm like, yep. So that's what kind of like started that whole like me being by myself all the way up until like 9th grade, had no friends and whatnot. And obviously that's kind of like when me and him would talk all the time, because that was like my only friend, which is why we're like so close and stuff now. But yeah, like it was not only going to school like that, but also going back home to that, you know.
The same torment. Yeah,
so I was just like, well, if this is what my life encompasses, you know, well, that's the point.
Yeah.
There's really nothing good that's coming out of this. So,
yeah.
I don't know, like, I used to play this Wonderland online game, which is kind of where I met, like, my online friends, you know, the one that I told you, you know, the one that died, she was one of them. And, you know, like, one of, you know, because I don't know, I've always been the type of person that I feel like I want to know people's stories, but not in the case of me being nosy, but I kind of want to understand, like, why they think the way they do, like, the stuff that they overcame. I don't know.
That's why I fell in love with mental illness.
Yeah.
Because I've been there.
Exactly.
And I know you've been there.
Yeah.
And it's something that I want to help other people with, because some people don't have help.
Exactly. And that's why I guess, like, I'm, like, really intrigued by it. I don't know. Like,
the brain itself is incredibly beautiful and interesting.
Very much so.
Neurologists call it the black box because it's capable of fucking anything.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you believe can literally just make you feel that way.
Yep.
Like, if you believe that you literally have, like, Alzheimer's or something, you can really just put yourself in that.
Right.
And it's crazy. Because I'm like, wow, that's wild. It's wild. So I don't know, like, I used to play that with her or whatever, and like, when I met her, like, she was kind of, like, the same way as me. Like, you know, like, we kind of, if somebody shows us, like, genuine love or something, like, our first instinct is, like, push you away. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And it's weird, because I'm like, why do I do that? Like, it's not like I should, but I'm like, my first instinct is, like, what is your motive? Like, what do you want from me? There's a reason why you're talking to me. I don't believe that you really care. So, like, and that's how she was. But when I noticed that, like, instead of backing away, I kind of noticed, like, dang, like, I do that too, you know? And it just kind of made me draw more to her. So, like, we would just sit around all the time and just talk. when that happened, like, we kind of just would sit around and talk all the time, and then, like, one of the times he ended up saying, like, you know, like, nothing on this earth is, you know, gonna make me happy, so what's the point? Why are you even trying? And, like, every day that I would come on, like, I would, like, literally, like, crack jokes, and I'd be like, I have to do this because one of these times I gotta make you laugh. So, like, we did that for years. And I don't know, like I said, like, I think my first instinct, it's kind of like the same way that I met Britt, like, which is weird. Like, I always feel like I have a need to help others. Like, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah. So,
when I met her, I had...
So does...
Bubba,
yeah.
He's the same way as me, which is the reason why we're so... Like, we were always so close when I was younger, too. Because, like, even when I met Britt, like, she was sitting by herself on a swing, and I had went up to her, and I was like...
The one that said fuck for you said a bad word, so you...
I'm so
you
sorry!
You could go to hell together.
I didn't want to go to hell by myself!
I just remembered, like, the last episode we had together. That
so
was
bad.
the one thing that you talked about.
Yeah, the drunk one. Oh, gosh, that was so bad. But yeah, like, I had went up to her, and I thought she was crazy, because I'm like, hey, where are your friends at? And she's like, the birds are my friends. And I'm like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, it's all right. I'll be your friend now. And then that's literally what started that. Because I've always just been like I don't know, like, drawn to people or whatever. It's
drawn to the outcasts.
Exactly.
Same.
I am. Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. That's
I love
the exact thing. Drawn to the outcast.
Man, I remember the very first friend I made when I moved to the district of, like, my elementary school. It was just outside of Sylvania. Shit. I don't want to tell people where I'm at. I don't live in Sylvania, alright? Shit. It's just because I'm so familiar with you, and it's like we're having a human talk.
We don't live in Sylvania.
We don't. Not anymore.
Yeah.
I don't, anyway. But anyway. But, okay, I used to live outside of that county or that city, and I still made the cut to be in a Sylvania school.
Right.
So, my first friend was a kid. He had, like, red hair. Like, he was a ginger. I don't know if that's derogatory towards gingers, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But he had, like, fiery red hair, and I thought he was the cutest thing ever. And I was like, hey, I witnessed to this kid. I was like, hey, you know about Jesus? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay, you want to be friends? Yeah. Was it.
That's how it starts.
That was
it's the drawn to the outcast. Like with Bubba, funny story, he used to be real close to me. I used to be, like, so antisocial, like, I never talked to anybody. So, like, every time he would come around my family and me, like, I would be playing with, like, my Polly Pockets or something in the corner. And, like, he would come up and try to talk to me and say, like, hey, hey, Alicia, how you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, still not non-talking, like a freaking mute or something. Like, that's basically what I did. I literally did not talk. And so eventually, like, he would call me every day, like, and I mean, like, this is, like, from the time where I'm, like, young. I mean, like, 6, 7, 8 years old, like, calling me every single time. And, like, I think I was, like, 14 years old. Well, I thought in my head, like, I'm like, there's way too much of an age gap that I'm like, I don't know what the conversations that I would have with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when he would ask me stuff like, hey, how you doing? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, and I would tell him stuff. I kind of just thought, like, I don't know what to talk about with you, because I'm like, you're so much older than me, you know? Like, when I was in my teens, he's damn near in his 20s, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. And so finally we got to the point where I was 14. I remember I was walking in, like, the mall and stuff. He called me like he normally does, but this time he's furious with me. It's like, why is it that every time that I call you, you just one word it or you don't say anything? He's like, I am showing you that I care about you. Why are you doing this to me? And I'm like,
he was like that. He was like that when he met me. He was like that when he met me. So yeah, no. Before we got married, he always wanted me to talk.
Yeah,
and he just found it frustrating. Like he found out that I sang, right? And he wanted me to sing What a Wonderful World over the phone. And I was so nervous. And he goes, man, why aren't you singing? I'm like, are you mad? Yeah. So, I guess with him, he wanted to bring all that out. You know, like my shyness, like out of that.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
the same.
And
thing
it's worked. I mean, shy me would have never wanted a podcast. So here I am, sitting on the bed with you, talking about racism, periods, masturbation, and suicide attempts. That's gonna be the title.
I don't even know
to
what
this.
it's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like freaking ADHD brain just like everywhere. Like I don't even know. Like I think with him, he was one of the people in my life that had honestly made me realize like it was okay to finally let my guard down. Because like I would never talk to anyone. And like finally after like so many years of like him constantly like, I'm not even joking, he never skipped a day from like when I was younger. Never skipped a day. Mm-hmm. And he would call every single day. And finally when he did that, I was just like, oh man, maybe I am being a dick. Like I'm like, this is one of the only people in my family that like really, really care enough to even like call me every single day. Like maybe I should talk to this person.
Right.
So then that's when our relationship started developing more. It was like that and that whole period of non-talking. But
you said that when someone showed you general love, like genuine love, you would pull back. My
first instinct, okay, so I feel like because of the things abuse. I went through. Yeah.
Whoa! What in the world happened?
It's passing.
Permission required. To push notifications, you'll need to give Anchor access to your notification tab. God damn! Why are you glitching?
You want to try to home screen it and then like put it back?
Everything's lost now. Everything that we fucking talked about.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Anchor has been an asshole lately. No. Take me back to Anchor. Damn it.
Are you trying to go back to it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
Permissions. The fuck?
It's like spazzing out of control.
It is. Take me back. Oh my god! It has never done this before. Dick.
No, that's right. I would say I love you, and I would say, you know, bless you, but you already blessed me, so.
Ha! Ha! Yes! Yes! And it's on air. It's on air.
Oh!
I was waiting for the right time.
Oh,
like I'm really sneaky with the record button,
dang,
so like
see,
I will
just
record
put
that shit.
Air like that. That's crazy. And he didn't even pay attention. That was a dime. That was a dime.
Mm-hmm.
My joke was amazing right there, and you missed it. I'm a bog.
He's not. He's not paying attention. Hey, if we start talking about periods again, maybe he'll go away.
Hey man, can I ask you how much you love me? See, not enough because you ignoring it. Silence is an answer.
I love you a lot.
It's a fucking lie. Why you hesitate so long?
I'll think like chili, dog.
Oh okay, yes, I can't wait for the chili.
I'll tell you what, I'm about to smash so hard. Like, I'm about to gain some pounds off of this.
Man, you have not lived until you have tasted my mother-in-law's chili. You want to smack your grandma. It's real good.
You ever see that? As a matter of fact, Ludacris is who I'm about to become.
Ludacris?
Move, bitch, get out the way.
Yes! What if she makes her cornbread too? Jesus Christ.
Oh, her cornbread. I had got the cornbread, and I had got the chili, and I was dipping the shit.
I would love for you to do this to CC. She just like in the line, and you just like move.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. Like, how the fuck does it happen? Like,
you know what happened throughout numerous states.
Yeah, it did. It did.
I feel like really we're under war, but they just don't want to say it.
Oh, of course.
With Russia. You know, we did all that shit to Russia, like, just recently, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they just don't want to tell people, like, that we're in somewhat of a war with Russia right now.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to panic everybody.
No.
But I'm like, come on, bro. The train's being derailed. The fucking all these chickens randomly dying at the world's the United States largest farm. 100,000 chickens died.
Yeah.
They attacking our food, attacking the freaking air. Like, come on, man.
They want to deem patriots, Republicans, and conservatives mentally ill.
Everything's going up in price right now, skyrocketing. Like,
yeah, isn't that what happens during a war? Everything gets really expensive, and
yeah. Like, it basically, like, the taxes and everything goes up, gas go up, which is obviously what's happening. Freaking. I don't know. It's
not a coincidence that Biden decided to go and, play with Ukraine instead.
But this man was like, "I'm enjoying my last days."
And he just wanted to stroke Ukraine's dick. I'm sorry. I know that you guys are under a war, but I feel like he should have responded first to Ohio. That's just my opinion.
That's interesting. Yeah, I just feel like Ohio just. Because ain't New York get hit too with that? The train derailment and all that?
There was one in
Palestine or whatever?
East Palestine in Ohio.
Oh, that's in Ohio?
Yeah, in Texas. There's one in Texas and there's one in North Dakota. Or not Dakota, but North Carolina that happened. So, that's pretty much nearly half the country that could be engulfed in chemicals at some point. Not to mention there was a chemical fire. There was a chemical fire in Florida. There was one in Michigan. Shit like that. Biochemical terrorism. Textbook move.
That kind of sucks though. I like food.
You know you like food.
That's why
you said you know you like food.
That's why you need to save your seeds, yo.
What?
Save your seeds.
What?
Like this the seeds from your fruits and vegetables.
Really? Oh,
yes.
See, I already and I said that.
We understand nigga.
We exactly.
Shut the fuck. What do you think? What did you think I was saying? Save your sperm, like save your seed.
You thought the same as me. I thought you were saying the same shit. I was like, what?
No, save your seeds, like your.
Okay, but
seeds to grow.
I'm moving out of my house, but I did have, like, watermelon planted. I had, like, green beans and, like, peas and stuff planted. Like, I had a lot of stuff planted. So, like, a lot of stuff was already in my backyard, but now I'm going from, like, a house to an apartment. So
yeah.
It's not like I'm just
saying, like, if worse comes to worse, just keep seeds in your cupboard just in case you need to move or plant or do something outside.
I'm just like, where am I planting it at with an apartment complex?
I mean, outside in the yard. I mean, I don't know.
There's no yard.
It's right there in the front.
Oh,
I'm sure our landlord will be nice
Look
enough.
at his face. He's so over the shit.
Or we could just ask, like, mom and pops. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that. We could just ask them like, "Hey, bro, let me use your backyard for planting some seeds back here."
Because apparently you can't get seeds anymore.
We about to be lit this summer with bonfires, cookouts.
Yes, please. I'm starting to work out again, and I want to look sexy as fuck in this summer. So, yeah, honey, hi. You perked up.
Look at the way that he just looked at
I
you. Like, I'm trying
know.
to see it, too.
Hi, baby. Hi, sexy man. I love you.
Oh, that was crazy. His eyebrows lifted. Oh.
He's
You
like,
know
oh, you
what?
working out?
My next man better look at me like that when I say some shit like that. If
Aw,
you don't look
man.
at me like that, it's over.
Don't say
Okay.
the name.
I say no name.
Okay, don't say the name. I'm just saying.
Oh,
We are
oh,
recording.
oh.
We're recording.
Oh, you talking?
Shut up!
No, you talking about he who must not be named.
Yes.
He must not be named.
Voldemort.
Damn, I wasn't even talking about that. I was saying in general, like,
Oh, shit.
the nigga I get into next, like, my nigga better look at me like that. That was crazy. That was
Let's
cute as
change
fuck,
the
though.
subject. Let's change the subject.
So
Please change
adorable.
the subject.
First of all, I have nothing to work out with. First of all, I need to gain weight. Like, I feel like I want to at least be at least 120 pounds this year. Like, that's goals for me. I mean, preferably 140, but I gotta be
Man, I used to
realistic
be
with myself.
170 and I
120.
want to be 170 again. Shut up.
How much you weigh?
269.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you carry your weight well. It's probably because you're, like, really tall, though.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
You're, like, really tall, so it makes sense.
Oh, no, not 269, 265.
I wouldn't
I
have
lost
guessed that.
4 pounds, so.
Yeah, because you're really tall. But, I don't know, man. I feel like 140 is good, but I know it's not going to happen. I be drinking the GNC powders and stuff, too. It still don't happen. Like, and y'all know how much I
Man,
eat, so that don't even
I drink
happen.
water like a fish, so.
I can't. Like,
Why?
I mean, I drink
That's your
like 3,
problem.
but
That's your
That
problem.
huge, big pink bottle back there, that's what I drink. I try to fill it up as much as I can and drink it all.
see, I'll drink 3 of these or 4, and I'll call it a day. That's
Yeah.
it.
4 of those will fit in that one thing.
Oh,
It's like 80 ounces.
I mean, that's how much you're supposed to have daily anyway.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I guess that's true.
You ever heard of this thing called water intoxication?
Yeah, but don't you have to have, like, I don't know, what is
Gallons
it,
and-
4,000
I don't
milliliters and
know.
above to get to that?
I don't know, man.
Because I know 2,200 is for women, and 3,000 a day is for men. But once you get to
Wait, what did I say? How
4,000
much that was? 80 liters or 80 milliliters?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I know you're only supposed to have, like, 2,200 for women.
No, 80 fluid ounces.
Okay.
That's right. I said 80 ounces.
So normally you would just times that by 30. That would
Okay.
give you your milliliters.
Okay. Yeah. I like to drink water. Mostly.
No.
Water is the only thing that we usually drink here. Or juice, or tea, or Gatorade, whichever one. Yeah.
I used to drink Gatorade.
Gatorade's good.
It is. I like the Glacier Freeze, the one that he ends up getting.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. I'll drink that.
There's a pink one that I like. I think it's strawberry kiwi. But you get them
that's
in
good
like
too.
those bigger bottles though.
I gotten used to the body armors. Those are pretty good too.
Yeah, they are. Those are pretty good. Man, I can't drink any energy drinks though.
Oh, I can't drink energy drinks.
Like coffee's enough energy for me.
Bro, me and Britt used to drink so many Monsters. It's not even funny.
I don't know how the fuck people drink those.
And it would
Those
hurt my
Red
heart
Bull-
eventually.
And those Red Bulls, like
I used to
Oh,
take
man.
my antidepressants with Red Bull.
Bro, that's literally how Britt would do. Like, she would literally
I don't
pour the
understand how
freaking
they
Red
do
Bull
that.
in the Monster, and I'm like, oh, you're killing yourself. You just...
You know,
What are
like,
you doing?
You know, like as time goes on, that's gonna fuck your like heart up.
It does.
Yeah.
Which is why I had to stop drinking Monster, because my favorite was the red 0 calories one, and I would drink that all the time. And then I would drink caffeine, which is what started the fibroids that I had, because I would do all of that, like, and more. Like, so I would get large frappes, like 3 of them a day, on top of like 4 Monsters a day, and it was just.
Yeah.
And then one of the times I passed out in the bathroom.
Oh God.
And I had blacked out. I didn't even realize that I blacked out. But when I went to the hospital and all that, they were like, "Oh yeah, you had like a caffeine overdose." And I'm like,
Oh
that possible?
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, I
And
guess
was
so.
like, oh, okay.
You remember
guess.
when-
But they said I'm so tiny too that like
Yeah.
my stature with all of that was what boosted the caffeine overdose.
Okay, tomorrow this is what we should do. I got a plan.
What is it?
Tomorrow we should get some alcohol.
Okay.
And just have fun. We
I'm
should
down.
watch.
I'm down.
We should watch some of those
I'm
movies
down.
you ain't see yet.
Oh, have like a little movie night.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
like that.
that's
Yeah.
actually
Okay,
cute. I
okay.
like that. I like
Okay.
that idea. I
You
like
talking
that
about
idea.
so I could just be singing too the whole time?
No, so I'm drinking so I can see you singing while I'm watching the movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Watch Elsa.
That's an amusement for me.
You go watch Elsa and freaking Aladdin like, oh, new world.
We don't have Elsa though.
Me joke as well.
You don't got that.
No, we don't have
Bro,
Elsa.
if y'all had Elsa, I'll tell you what, bro. I would have called her up and I would just be like, come on.
See, but the thing is, between me and
Let's
you,
do
though,
this.
but the thing,
No, but I would
Well,
like that.
thank
I
you
would
very
like
much
the,
for listening. I will see you in the trenches next time. We
I would
have to
like
go.
get
Bye
alcohol.
bye.
That'd be